All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'asham Hawashai, Bahasham Racha Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and salutations to all you sincere Akian. And this is your brother Abawan back again with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahawashai, Ba'asham Racha Kwadash. All praises and glory is due. And this video will be entitled, well, really, let me just hold off on titling the video just yet, because with these riots and protests, they're not really protests, they are riots, but same difference. With these riots going on in the UK, specifically, Southport, Merseyside, which is basically Liverpool, all these areas. That's one of those cities up there in the UK. But with these riots that are going on in these places, right, it is showing you the things that the men of the Lord have been warning you Israelites, that's you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians of these past decades, which is of course first and foremost how much Esau Edom, the so-called red man, hates you Israelites, that's your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Now, of course, they are hiding behind the anti-immigrants, terminology. Okay, but really, all this is a reaction because you see these devils, they are seeing more and more. It's becoming more and more abundantly clear that their kingdom is coming to an end. Their kingdom is coming to a close, and that's why you are seeing this lashing out, as it were, of these Edomites. Like I was saying, that's why you are seeing the lashing out of these Edomites in the form of hate. Okay. And that's really what these riots are. And it's not just like these riots, you are seeing them also, make posts and comments online. And that even is leading me to the next thing I want to talk about, which is the other part of Bible prophecy that you see taking place because of these riots. And if you if you are paying attention to the news and keeping a close eye to the things that were happening right during these past few days of protests and these riots, a couple of the rioters were actually arrested, or I should say a couple of these English people were actually arrested because of the quote unquote hateful anti-migrant comments that they put up online. Okay, so basically you had them put up you had them wait, let me just look for that. They were arrested because, hold on, they were arrested because they made some statements, right? You see some comments online, so I can't. Let me see for hit comments, right? Some of these UK guys, they were arrested, or these rioters. Here it is. Here, this is exactly it. This is it right here. They were basically arrested for making offensive Facebook comments, because in the UK they passed a, what they call it, they sneak past a bill. They passed a sneak bill, a ghost bill. I don't really know what they call it, but they passed a bill, right? Like I was saying, they passed a bill that basically you could now serve jail time for the comments and the posts that you put online. So let me just read this article first and foremost, and we'll start from there. And the reason why this article is relevant is because this is also something that can segue into the persecution of the men of the Lord. Because when it comes to things that will be offensive, right, or quote unquote, because it really isn't, or hateful, you know, what what is more hateful to this kingdom than the message that we preach in these truths? After all, we're already, as Hebrew Israelites, considered domestic terrorists by the Southern Poverty Law Center, right? The Anti-Defamation League and the like. So let's read a little bit into this article. Public safety seems a low priority in the United Kingdom as machete wielding rabble rousers ran amok, but commentary puts a man in cuffs. As had been witnessed in Ireland earlier in the year, a violent crime blamed on an illegal immigrant resulted in three children being killed as a 17-year-old set about attacking a dance workshop, leaving eight others injured in a stabbing spree. And this is the original crime that actually started the riots. And the 17-year-old guy, I believe, is from either Mozambique or Rwanda. So he's a was it is it second generation immigrant? So his parents are the immigrants. He's a UK citizen, right? And they already tried him. He's already in court. The case has already been pushed up to court. They've already even tried him. So anyway, continuing on. All corporate media deflected any potential cultural conflict for the attack, glossing over the fact that the Cardiff-born suspect was in fact a first-generation Welshman to Rwandan parents. Authorities appear to have no problem laying the hammer down on their citizens as even the most timid protests amid social unrest brought the Bobbies knocking. Arrested for making comments on Facebook, is this Britain or the Soviet Union? Is this accurate at community notes? At community notes, asked Elon Musk as he shared a widely circulated video of a man being told he was being arrested for something he posted online. And realistically, this is nothing new because there are people that are in Babylon the Great, Canada and all these other Western countries. I think it happened in Australia as well. That have been arrested for either the comments or the posts that they made online. There was this popular meme that was going around when the Discord chat gets leaked or the group chat gets leaked, and you saw it's a meme that made it fun of the fact that a lot of these Edomites, man, they got all the manner of they're seeing all manner of evil shits online, in their little private servers, and if it ever gets leaked, the authorities might even come down there and just gather them up and throw them in prison basically. And that's the same thing they are seeing in this case because a lot of these a lot of these Edomites, they are a bunch of how Esau be, man, a bunch of keyboard warriors just going online and typing all kinds of madness, all kinds of death threats, they basically all just that, all kind of death threats and normal and regular threats. So yeah, and so yeah, but what this is leading to is it is bringing you closer and closer to Jacob's trouble. Okay, it is bringing you closer and closer to the concentration camps because eventually they are going to also start coming for the men of the Lord, right? But of course, you know how Esau always does, the deceitful devil, he will make it seem as though he's coming for everybody. So you have the men of the Lord, you have a lot of these far right Edomite types, right? You have basically all manner of people getting locked up by these laws. But ultimately, this is just another step in the prophecy of in prophecy, right, of Jacob's troubles. Let me get these precepts. That should be in a book of Second Esdras, the 16th chapter, as it is written that there shall be a. Let me go to that. So this is the book of Second Esdras 16 verse 17. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities and a great insurrection upon those that fear Yahweh. For they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. And that's basically what's about to come, man. When the persecution of the men of the Lord really kicks into full gear, right? When the famine of the world begins, because that's really when these things will start to take place. Because Esau Edom is starting to see that the internet has gotten out of control. In fact, that reminds me of something that's recently happened. There is this conspiracy theory that has been going around recently, and it's called the dead internet theory, right? The dead internet theory. And really, what that is gradualism that Esoidom is preparing just in case the internet ever gets shut down. So let me just go into the Wikipedia article just so you can see an idea of what the dead internet theory is. So The dead internet theory is an online conspiracy theory that asserts that the internet now consists mainly of bots activity and automatically generated content manipulated by algorithmic curation to intentionally manipulate the population and minimize organic human activity. So basically, what they are saying is that majority of the people that you actually see online aren't real people, right? It's all AI generated images, AI generated videos, AI generated comments. It's all bots that are running around online on the internet, and the vast majority of the people that you interact with aren't even real. So that's just this more gradualism to try to basically, ease you into the idea of the internet ever getting shut down, right? That's why you're always seeing hearing about all these all these DDoS attacks, all these leaks in security, right? You see a company that you hear that they got information leaked out of the company, and thousands upon thousands of emails got leaked and the accounts got hacked and this and that, right? Because hey, there will come a time where Esau Edom will have to shut down this internet and really shutting it down in order to move on to the next stage of its NWO, which is that IoT, right? That's where the MOTV comes in. And you already know that when the internet gets shut down, it's going to be utter chaos out here in the streets because of how many essential technologies, right? How many essential services that are in this kingdom that are being run over the internet, right? The dependence, the people right now in this kingdom are dependent on the internet constantly being active 24/7. But eventually, when these devils are going to just shut it down in order to push their NWO, so that is going to also come as well. But now going back to what I was talking about, and basically what I was talking about is, the famine of the world is coming, and let me also get that precept as well. Just to get another that let me get that precept as well. Going into the famine of the world. After all, it is written, and there shall be a famine of hearing the word. Okay, and during that time, that's when you see Israel really coming down, and they're really coming down, right, as it is written against the men of the Lord. So this is the book of Amos 8 verse 11, and really not just the men of the Lord, but all those that fear the Most High Yahweh Basham Yashai, and then all those that proclaim themselves to be Hebrew Israelites. So basically, anybody that is, aligned with this truth or professes themselves to be Hebrew Israelites. Even you have less niggas out there that are always saying that Esau can be saved, right? Hey, the devil is going to show you just how redeemable he is. That's really the importance of this video. It's a warning to Jake. They are still thinking that it's shit is sweet out here, that Esau Edom is somehow not their enemy. But you are seeing, especially with these UK riots, that the hatred that Esau Edom has for you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, the scattered Israelites that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, that hatred runs deep. Amos 8 verse 11, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh of power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh. Right? Because right now, man, there's no famine, there's an abundance, there's a feast, right? There is bountifulness of hearing the word of the Most High Yahweh Bashan Yahshai. Because, hey, and you can ask anybody that lives in America, Babylon the Great, you can't walk two steps in Babylon the Great without bumping into a Hebrew Israelite, man. Everybody knows about this truth. Everybody knows about the Hebrew Israelites. Everybody sees it on the highways and byways all over Babylon the Great, preaching and prophesying against this wicked ass kingdom. And that's in and of itself is Bible prophecy, right? The two candlesticks being raised up, the two witnesses being raised up. You don't see that happening with Wakitaki Plantation Christianity. Where are your two witnesses, you Wakitaki Christians? Okay, but continuing on, or Amos 8, verse 12. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east, and they shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh and shall not find it. And this is, of course, what's going to be happening in Jacob's trouble because, hey, when that time hits, Israel is going to be coming down as it's written like a flood, right? Against the men of the Lord, and the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahushai will come in. That's when he will come in and he will, hide and protect, hide and who he needs to hide, and hey, you have a lot of brothers that ultimately get delivered up to the enemies, but this is all just part of Bible prophecy, part of the cause for Bible prophecy. So let's get back into this article. Let me go back to this one right here. And basically, what this is showing you is that, the hatred of Esau, because you see how these devils are going crazy in these riots, right? And if you ask the average Edomite, why are these riots happening? They'll tell you that, oh, well, it's because of these new immigrants that are coming in that don't respect the country, don't respect what we Brits ought to be doing. You know how these Edomites always talk, man. You know the statements they make in order to excuse their hatred, right? But then, if you now ask, and this has already been done, and this is there's no they don't have there's no reason why Esau is doing all this, man. Aside from just that his hatred and the fact that he sees that he's starting to lose his power on the earth, and the world is beginning to wake up and see Esau Edom for what he is, the so-called white man for what they are, and that is the devil, which the Bible speaks of. So this is the book of Revelation 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And that's why you see Esau is becoming more unhinged, more violent, and taking to the streets and blowing up with these riots. And the men of the Lord, the elders and the apostles have been warning our people about the race riots, the class riots, the anarchy that will break out in the streets. And the question I want to ask is, has it ever been this bad? You know, has the riot scene, because there are a lot of people that have lived far longer than me. So has it ever been this bad? Has the riot never gotten this crazy? Because what is going on because this is a matter, it's not even a matter of, oh well, the riots are only happening in England, and not even really in England at that, just some parts of England, some cities. You don't get it. The riots aren't just happening in England, they're happening everywhere. Because Jake's in America are seeing what's going on and talking about some look at what's going on in England. We just read the article about Elon Musk. Elon Musk that's all the way in California or whatever part of the world that he's in. He's talking about the riots that are going on in England, and how these Edomites over there are having their rights being trampled on us, or whatever these devils like to say. The same thing with Edomites in Australia. Everybody is seeing what's going on in England right now, in Great Britain right now, and they're being roused up by that, right? So let's continue reading. Let's read into the article. A 12-year-old boy who attended two different riots was more involved in the violence and disorder than any other defendant I've seen coming through these courts, adult or child, a judge said. A boy and another of the same age who was convicted over a different riot are the youngest people to be charged after the disorder across the country. And these riots are going crazy. I saw one video on the group chat. That's probably the boy they're talking about. This little kid, he went to go and throw a Molotov cocktail on some police vehicles. So you see the damage is going crazy. But when the Black Lives Matter, the BLM riots were happening, you saw a lot of these Edomites were basically cursing Jakes out for being so violent. Or why are you destroying property like that? Why are you destroying property like that, right? But now that these Edomites are doing their own riots, man, that they do pass Jake, basically. That's all I want. That's what I wanted to say. They do pass Jake, right? They were more violent, They were a Jake. They were straight up targeting random people and attacking them in the streets, man. Jake, and this just shows you, and like I said, it just shows you the level of hatred. Because during those Black Lives Matter protests, even though those were going off, those were completely off, Jake didn't attack a single Edomite, man. Hell, even during that BLM, you still had Edomites attacking Jakes. I think it was this Edomite that basically ran over multiple people during that protest. There was that Carl Rittenhouse thing, and even though it was, of course, it was Edomites that he attacked, but you get the point. It's still Edomites that are doing violence during that time, but with this Edomite protest, they're just going around attacking random people, including Jake, of course, because to them, right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians are, or I should just say Israelites at the very least, because we're talking about the UK right now, are the immigrants. even though you've been in the country multiple generations, all going all the way back to your even all the way back as long as you can remember, right? You are still an immigrant to them because basically because all that term immigrant means is just a word to say not Edomite, okay, not a so-called Edomite, or as they would call it, not a so-called white man, because that's really what this is all about. But with that are in this truth, you understand that it's deeper than skin color, it's deeper than white or black. It's a matter of nationality, biblical nationality, and that hatred continues and it seeps even into these younger Edomites out here, man. Because that's a 12-year-old boy. Where did he learn to do all that from, right? Anyway, continuing on. He continuing on next paragraph. He pleaded guilty on Monday to two charges of violent disorder at Manchester Magistrates Court, sitting as a youth court where prosecutors said he was part of a group that gathered on July 31st outside a Holiday Inn hotel housing asylum seekers. So they are even taking it straight to the immigrants. When, hey, that shows you where Islam is at. Let's get some precepts. Let's get some precepts. Because that's basically all that needs. That's basically, and I've already gotten everything that needs to be get. Let's get some presets, okay? And it shows you, man, that Esau did not, lose his hatred for you Israelites, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. These devils are still very much your enemies. So let's go and get this. So this is the book of Amos 1 verse 11. Thus saith Yahweh, for three transgressions of Edom, and for four, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he hath kept his wrath forever. Right? Because these devils, right, Esau, Edom still has that hatred for you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. They scattered Israelites that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, and that hatred is being shown forth in these riots. You are seeing it clear as day, right? Because hey, they're not just going after, oh, it's just the Muslims are going after, just the so-called Arabs are going after. Hell nah. They see a Jake walking down the street, they're going after him too, man. They see an Edomite looking Jake walking down the street, and you might be like, oh well, I'm with the Jakes, I'm with my people, right? I'm with these, side right here. Hey, they're still going to go after you as well. That's how these Edomites operate, man. Their hatred runs deep. Okay. But a lot of our people don't understand that. They actually believe the deceit that Esau Edom has given them, that, oh, that was a long time ago. Oh, bygones are bygones. Things are different now. When in reality, it's still the same devil we're dealing with, right? Because they are their forefathers through incarnation, of course. Ezekiel 35, verse 3. And say unto it, thus saith the one Yahweh, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate, and I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their iniquity, in the time of their calamity, Slakia, in the time that their iniquity hath an end. Because these devils, man, they never discarded, never stopped the hatred that they had for you Israelites. So with that, I'll end the video right there. Once again, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Hashem, Yahshua, Hashem, Rakakwadash, Wa Abad Babal, Shalom.